Welcome back to another first impressions, this time for the anime Let's Play. Synopsis from any list. Samara Sam Young is a developer in Los Angeles who is about to achieve her dreams with her first video game, Ruminate. That is, until popular streamer gives the game a scathing review. Even worse, Sam finds out that the troublesome critic is now her new neighbor. Get lost in a comedic, romantic and all too real story about gaming, memes and social anxiety. Come for the plot, stay for the doggo. Now we follow Sam in the middle and more or less her day-to-day life. This is a romance comedy slice of life. She has a dog down here, Bowser is his name, very cute. And in the beginning of the show, we get thrown in real quick to meet all these characters. There are a lot of characters in the show. And I believe already in the first episode, like 6 or so, that are all different, not really background characters. All of them seem to be important in some way, shape, or fashion, which is a little bit overwhelming. Now, she is working in a normal job. She's doing some data stuff. We don't really know what, or we did not get told in the first 3 episodes, which I watched. Now, in that job, her direct superior is the guy on the top right. He's like the mentor. He's the very cold. You could say cold. He's very business first. Now on the top left, this guy, she knows from a cafe where we get introduced to all these characters. They seem to have like a big friend group. And the guy on the bottom is the streamer that gave the game a bad review. So you know who these 3 dudes are and why they are on the poster. There are some aspects I like about the show. We have a lot of references to games, which is nice. Memes in general. She naturally is a game maker. She's also playing MMORPGs. That is how we got introduced to her, which is also nice. You know, she is also pretty big gamer. One time someone was like, hey, how about we do something? And she was like, yeah, no, sorry, I got a raid. You know, can't do real life stuff, need to be in game. Which is really nice. There are also some aspects that I find they took a pretty good way to showcase it. Our main character, as example, she is not very confident. She has a problem with that. She's doing all this, all this stuff, but she's not really. Not only does she lack confidence, she also is not really able to confront people whenever something happens or she feels like someone is, treating her badly. That is something we see happening. And I do like how they showcase that. I do have a little clip. We can show this right now. This is her being in a somewhat confrontational position. And this is how they decided to display that. There you go. I quite like that approach. It gives a real visual showcase of, what more or less happens, where you get more or less bogged down by this feeling is that she had like, you know, confrontation. And she had a happy feeling that helped her get over it. I just like the display. I also like the visuals for the opening and ending. The opening especially, really well done, because we have so many characters. You get introduced to them in the openings. They have like a little stat sheet. They have like a little extra area where we have like equipment and stuff or skills. Really nice touch. Really like that. Overall, the story, we get introduced to our main character. The streamer is moving next door, and we have like this you know, standoff interaction. She wants to tell him that he more or less ruined her game, but she's unable to confront him. And you know, we have this confrontation more or less going on. I don't know where this is going. I am assuming we are going to remedy that relationship. He's going to apologize, whatever. They try to mend their ways. However, he has a girlfriend we get introduced to. And, you know, more on the hush-hush side, because he's just a VTuber and seemingly wants to, you know, not have an open relationship or not have people know he's in a relationship. He can't really tell people that, or doesn't want to. The problem is that even though he's in a relationship that seemed fine, the interactions between our main character and the streamer seem a little bit to hint at the romance, especially with this picture, which I do not really like. I just wish they would just, you know, become friends, remedy their relationship. She then tries to get someone else as a boyfriend. She doesn't even need to, in my opinion, for a story. She has a lot of stuff going on. She wants to make a new game. She wants to be a game designer. She, you know, we have the whole situation with her low esteem. We could remedy that. We also have some past stuff that is going on. So I don't know where this is exactly going to go. But I hope it's not like this romance angle between these two at least. Additionally, most of the characters seem pretty... Then... I wouldn't say nice. They naturally like her because they are her friends. And they can be a little bit more aggressive against other people. So they're not really quote-unquote nice. Not nice to everyone. I like Dallas. Dallas is unhinged. He's like, I believe, the youngest. And some of the stuff he was saying is insane. I mean, holy shit. Which I like. You know, he has no filter, which is nice to have. He naturally also gets put in his place, which is also correct. Overall, I naturally had to look at some of the ratings. So AnyList, as example, has 59% mean score. My anime list 6.18, which I feel like I cannot really understand so low. Now there is a comment here which I found pretty funny, because he also, or the, you know, the review on the site was like, hey, I don't understand the low rating, negative score. And, you know, somewhat positive about the show, gave it a 6, which I found funny. Just an FYI. But I would say I would give it a 7 out of 10. At the moment, seems fine. I can't really recommend it because I don't know where this is going. And if they approach or try to do this romance angle with the streamer that is already in a relationship, I feel like this is not going to do well. But so far, it's fine.